Alrighty, it is 12:52 in the morning on September 18th, and yesterday I didn't meet the goal like I wanted to. I typed on my tablet for the first hour and a half I was out here, and it was slow as hell, and it took me the last like half hour to 45 minutes, I think, before I realized that I could hook up my Bluetooth keyboard on my phone and type there, and that was nice and fast in comparison, so that was something. But so far this morning, I have written 1,802 words on Untitled Mysteries, and that's great. That's progress. And I have, please turn on, thank you, 4,294 words left to write to make up for all the days that I haven't hit 5,000 words. So that's something, or at least that's what it says, but that doesn't sound right. Well, I did almost write 2,000 words today, so that sounds okay-ish, I think. But at this point, progress is probably going to slow down. My knuckles are killing me. I'm about ready to put on my compression gloves. I have my compression braces on my knees. I'm about ready to put them on my elbows. I'm going to lean back against a heating pad, and when I'm leaning back, I can't do much writing because my chair is too far away from the couch for that. But I am going to open up Man of Darkness first and work on that, because then I can at least lean back against the heating pad and potentially the shiatsu massage pillow thing, see if that helps at least with like my shoulders, and if nothing else, the heat can be good on like my knee and my thigh area, so we'll see what happens. But I've taken ibuprofen. I'm hoping that kicks in. I'm going to compression and heat the hell out of my body and hope that that helps. And we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. But I do expect progress to slow down once I move back to writing. But for now, we're going to move on to Man of Darkness and TGV eventually. But starting with Man of Darkness, and I'll give you guys a word count update on that once I edit however many pages I have to edit today. Alrighty, it is 3:30 in the morning, and I just finished editing chapters 7 and 8 of TGV, and between that and Man of Darkness, I edited 11,712 words this morning. And so far with TGV, I have made, oh shoot, almost dropped my phone, 72 plus 15, I've made 87 corrections so far in the first 8 chapters. So things are going pretty well. I've mostly lengthened sentences and changed some words around if they're the incorrect word and all that fun jazz. This is only the first edit, so during the first edit I make more changes than I do during like edit 8 of Man of Darkness, where I've only made 2 changes, and they're both apostrophes because there are apostrophes there, but they must be ones that either Google Docs corrected, like, I think they were both the word what's, with an apostrophe S, but they must have been ones that I accidentally typed without an apostrophe and allowed Google Docs to correct them, because if Google Docs corrects them with an apostrophe, it's just the normal straight apostrophe instead of the curved one. Or there's something that I corrected on my phone and didn't catch when I edited it on Docs or Word last time. Or there's something I added in the last edit. I have no idea. But either way, didn't notice them, so I caught those, and they'll be changed and corrected after I get back onto Microsoft Word after this 8th edit is done. And then we'll move on to the rest of the KDP stuff. I'm going to open up book 2 of the Killer in Training series, which is still untitled, and work on that for about the next, I don't know, not 15 minutes. Is it 15 minutes? It is. The next 15 minutes, until I can take my thyroid med, and then I'm going to turn off the light in here and lay down and hope that that knocks down my headache a little bit, because I can't take ibuprofen again for a couple more hours, I think. So I kind of just have to deal with it at the moment, but I do have a pretty nice size headache, and I'm still in relative pain. I just don't have my gloves on at the moment. but I am hoping that laying down in the dark for a little bit, even if it's like half an hour, helps, if nothing else. But we'll see. I also think I'm just tired because I slept like garbage yesterday, thanks to a couple certain dogs whom I love very much, but are very bad at allowing me to sleep. So, Killer in Training Book 2 is loaded, so I'm going to attempt to work on it. I don't think I'm going to make a ton of progress or anything until 3:47, and then I'm going to take my thyroid med, and then I'm going to lay down and hope for the best. So I'll give you an update on progress with Killer in Training before I lay down, and then I will see you again sometime afterward with progress on Beatings from a Butcher, which I might spend more time on today, but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't worked on Pittman's Legend yet today, obviously, but same as always, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to start with Killer in Training here, see where the day takes me, and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, apologies in advance for the fan. I'm both hot and cold at the same time, so it's been fun. But it is 9:01 in the morning, and the last time I saw you, I showed you editing stuff, I think. So since then, I've worked on Killer in Training, which was 94 words, and then Beatings from a Butcher, which was 214, and then FTZ, which was 88, Voice of the Wild Places Z, which was 122, and Fallen Blues, which was 140, and then at the moment I'm getting ready to open up Pittman's Legend King. I was typing on my tablet the whole time I was out in the living room, save for when I was working on Untitled Mysteries, and it's been incredibly slow and incredibly laggy. I don't know what the issue is. There's no update available for Google Docs right now. I deleted the cache. It's not a big document. One of the documents for Untitled Mysteries this morning was literally a brand new document, and it was still laggy. So, I don't know if it's my tablet or if it's Google Docs. I wasn't having an issue with it on my phone, but that doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, it was super, super slow the whole time I was out there. And then in here, the biggest factor is load time. Normally it takes like 3 to 4 minutes for a new doc to actually load all the way so I can scroll to the end and start typing. So while Pittman's Legend King is loading, I'm going to go wash my face and brush my teeth and take my sleep gummy things. And then we'll come back and do a little bit of work on Pittman's Legend before I go to sleep, hopefully. I have 3,636 more words to write today if I want to make up for all of the stuff that I haven't made when it comes to hitting 5,000 words the last several days. But then when it comes to just Pittman's Legend, I have 2,304 words to write today. And again, I did hit 60,000 yesterday, so that's a huge plus. But we're going to start with Pittman's Legend now, see what we can accomplish before I go to sleep, and then pick up with Pittman's Legend again after I wake up. Hopefully I'll sleep better today, and hopefully I'll be able to just wake up at 2:30 without much issue. Hopefully I won't be dizzy, hopefully I won't feel terrible, hopefully it will just be normal. This morning I had to lay down for probably close to 3 hours maybe, I don't even remember, because nothing was helping. I was dizzy as hell for a very long time, just like I was yesterday. I don't know. I wish I knew what it was. I feel like it's one of those things I should probably tell my doctor, but then it's also like, is it worth it? It's not debilitating, it's just annoying. But, you know, maybe someday. But, for now, I'm going to wait for the rest of this document to load. It's currently at 173 out of 220, or it's currently 238 out of however many pages are in this document. So, we'll see. And we'll see how much I accomplish once I get back, but I am going to start by washing my face and going from there. And then I will give you guys at least one more update before I go to sleep. in about 25 minutes. So we'll see how much I accomplish once I get back in here from washing my face and all that fun jazz. So it probably won't be a lot, but I'll still make sure to give you guys an update. Alright, it is 9:50 and I didn't get much done, but I did write 486 words in Pittman's Legend. It was thundering the whole time that I was writing. If you've been here for a while, I don't work well when it's thundering. I don't work well when there's anything to do with thundering. So I did my best, but it's also supposed to start raining for the next hour and a half to 2 hours, which also means it's going to be thundering, which also means that the little dog will be barking. The thunder has progressively gotten a little bit louder, so the little dog has been barking at that. He doesn't like thunder either. So I don't know how sleep will go, but I have my fingers crossed that the thunder quiets relatively quickly and that the rain skips us completely, and then I'll be able to sleep and that the dogs don't wake me up, because I did just give them a chance to go outside again, so if they both wake me up in an hour, I'm going to be very upset. So I'm gonna go lay down. When I wake up, I'm probably going to take a shower because I'm expecting to be dizzy, I'm expecting to feel like garbage, and I'm hoping that the shower will help. And then after that, I will work on Pittman's Legend and hopefully hit like 62 to 63,000 today. Hopefully. But it sounds like it's quietly raining outside, so I'm going to go lay down before it gets worse and hopefully manage to fall asleep. So I'll see you guys with an update sometime after I wake up. Hey guys, it is currently 8:35 in the morning on September 19th, and by how dark it is, you would assume that I am in here in the middle of the night, but I assure you it's 8:35, it's just been raining and thundering all morning since like midnight. But I have actually accomplished some things. I've been writing on my phone all morning, just with the Bluetooth keyboard connected, which has been a lifesaver today. Because I started with Pittman's Legend, and I started with Pittman's Legend yesterday. And coming out here at 11 is the main reason I did not meet my goal, is because it was impossible to type on Pittman's Legend on my tablet, and it was even slow on my phone. And I know, the document's like 62,000 words at this point, but I'm not one of those people that can split my books up throughout multiple documents. I cannot split them up through multiple chapters. I can't put each chapter in its own document. I scroll through my books all the time to find information, because I don't plot them out beforehand, so if I'm looking for something specific, I have to go through and find it. Sometimes I take notes, but actually Jamal's book is the only one that I don't take notes on. So splitting it up just doesn't work for me. I don't want to have to open a new document or one of the old documents every single time in hopes of eventually finding the one that I'm looking for to find the information I'm looking for, more or less. So at the moment, the only device I can work on Jamal's book on without terrible lag is the desktop. So, I skipped over that one this morning and started with The Dealer, and I wrote 1,678 words there. And then I moved on to Initiate the Boys, and I wrote 1,578 words there. And then I moved on to JTS, and I wrote 190 there. I wasn't aiming for much. I need to do some stuff with a different book to figure out the timeline of this book, to figure out what day it takes place on at the beginning, so that way I can go through the rest of the book and figure out what days they take place on, because it's not like a direct continuation from the other book, but it's still important to know what year it takes place, what month it takes place, so that way I can figure out, one of the characters only works during the week, he does not work on weekends, so I need to figure out which chapters are weekends. So that one's not very fast at the moment, and I'm kind of just stalling on it until I do that. Kind of like FTZ. I have other things that need to be done first, so I'm stalling. So that's why there's only 190 there. And then I moved on to Carver Baxter Book 3, and I just finished working on that one, and I wrote 2,024 words there. So altogether this morning, assuming that I just put the correct one in there, yes I did. First of all, I've written 5,470 words so far this morning, and in order to make up for all of the other days that I haven't hit 5,000, I need to write 946 more words today. which shouldn't be too difficult. But at this point, I am going to take a break. I desperately need to stand up and walk around for a bit, so that's what I'm going to do. But the next book that I'm going to work on is Books and Badges. If I wanted to hit 17,500 words by the end of the month, I would need to write 690 words today. But we'll see how the book goes. But I am going to go wash my face while I take a break here, because the further away from 9:30 I do that, the less chance it has of keeping me awake at 9:30. Because sometimes if I wash my face, it makes me tired. Sometimes if I wash my face, it wakes me up. So if nothing else, getting it out of the way now is the better option. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Books and Badges and let it load while I go do that. And then I'm going to come back in here, get back to writing, and see what else I can accomplish before 9:30. But I will give you guys an update at least one more time before I go to sleep, depending on how things go with Books and Badges here, and then we'll go from there. But I will see you at least one more time before I go to sleep. Hey guys, it is currently 7:44 p.m. and I haven't done any writing since I've been awake, which has been about 5:30, so about 2 hours and like 15 minutes, give or take. Unsurprisingly, my big dog woke me up this morning, or this afternoon, to go outside because she wouldn't go outside before I went to bed, so I slept like garbage before that, and I couldn't fall asleep back after that for almost like an hour or two, so by that time all of my alarms had already gone off, and I forgot to reset them before I went back to sleep, so I woke up at 5:30 when my mom got home. But so far I have just been making promo snippets for Pinterest of Ashes in the Light and Cut to the Kill. I've only gotten through 2 of them so far because it takes forever, because I have to open the document on my phone, find the prompt, move it into Designer, copy and paste it, format it so it all aligns correctly, and I'll show you what I mean by aligns correctly. That's not what I wanted. That's a picture of a butterfly. So, assuming that you'll be able to see it, this part, I have to make sure that all of those don't cross over into the book by going up to it, pressing enter, so that way it starts a new line, and just making sure that it looks like that the whole way through. And then after that I have to exit out of it, wait for Designer to load the template, exit out of the app, open the app on my computer, go through so that way I can do this and make one word a different color, that's the prompt word, and then save that and exit, close out of the tab on the computer, open the app back up on my phone, open it, open the image, the graphic, and then export it, and then make the next one. So it's a very long process, because you can't do this on the phone app, and it's the most annoying thing ever. In that regard, if you have an app on your phone that looks like this, that allows you to do stuff like this, but lets you change one word to a different color, let me know. That would be great. But that's one of the things I've been doing. I've been going through and watermarking photography for eventually uploading onto the site, and then I've been attempting to edit a video on KineMaster or KineMaster or whatever the hell it's called, but they updated the app again, and now it's back to the thing where all of my videos, when I click them, I'll read it to you. This video clip is over the maximum supported resolution for editing on this device. Would you use the existing 720p copy of this clip, or do you want to make a 720p copy of this clip? And since some of my video clips are like 3 to 4 minutes long, waiting for it to make a copy of all of them is the most ridiculous thing in the world, especially since I already export the videos in 720p, so there's no reason that you should have to format it beforehand. But sometimes when they update, it completely ruins the way that it works on my device, and that's what I have to do. So I'm not going to do that. I don't have the space to do that. That's why I downloaded all of the videos on a flash drive specifically. So, later on tonight, closer to like midnight, I'll go ahead and see if I can edit it on the PlayStation, because I do have an app on there that I use for the Days Gone videos now. So we'll see if I can do that well enough for this. I did it for the last Man of Darkness video too, and that worked pretty well, but I still ended up having to put the Man of Darkness video on my tablet, so that way I could add pictures or something. The outro card. That's what it was. But we'll see. Eventually I need to get an editing app on the desktop, but they're all pretty expensive except for this one that I found that I use for the screen recorder. They also have an app and it's like $18 a year or something. So at some point I'm going to do that, but I think I'm waiting until next year so that way the year starts in January. But yeah, I'm going to wait and see if I can edit it on the PlayStation in the morning and then also edit the Days Gone video and see what happens. But I have a few more prompt things that I want to do, and then I only have 214 words left to write today to meet the goal. And I'm going to do some more paranormal research for the Stuff and Things count to hit that goal, and then cycle through whatever else I can before midnight, and we'll see what happens. But regardless, I will give you guys an update when I have one to give. Alrighty, it is 9:25 p.m. and after going through and finishing up some more of the prompt things for Pinterest, or the snippet things for Pinterest, and some more photography stuff and whatever, I worked just a little bit on the paranormal research, which today I'm working on the Jinn, I think is how it's pronounced. I've heard it pronounced like 400 different ways, so that's the one I'm going with. But I wrote 290 words there. This keyboard is killing my head, so that's all I'm going to do. I met my writing goal. I met the 5,000 words. I finally made up for all the days that I didn't hit 5,000 words, so we're there. Altogether today, I wrote 6,202 words. So hooray. And at this point, I'm going to move on to editing. I'm going to start with Man of Darkness and hopefully make progress in that today. I think I need to edit... I don't know how much I need to edit. I'll need to calculate that. It's definitely over 25 pages, but that's all I know for certain. So I'm going to work on that, get that done before midnight, and then hopefully move on to TGV editing as well today. And then we'll cycle back around to writing sometime after midnight. In which case I will probably bounce back to more stuff for the Stuff and Things count, whether that be Untitled Mysteries or Paranormal Research or whatever. And then come back around to editing again tomorrow to make sure that the editing gets done, if nothing else. And to get my word count at least started tomorrow before I move on to editing. So that is the game plan. I'm going to open up Man of Darkness on here, so that way if I need to make any changes I can. And I will see you guys with an update after I edit however much I have to edit today.